A teenager sits alone in a dark room, phone buzzing on the desk. A DM. I saved your pic. Pay now, or everyone will see it. His heart stops. He can't breathe. And in that split second, shame becomes a weapon. This isn't a movie. It's happening to kids right now. In your city, your school, your home. Authorities in the US and UK say it's exploding this week. And the numbers are terrifying. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're exposing the fastest growing online crime against children and teens, sextortion. We'll follow a real case that shook a family and changed state law, explain how predators weaponize shame, and show you exactly what to do the moment this nightmare strikes, so we can stop it from taking another life. South Carolina. A smart, funny teenager named Gavin Guffey gets a DM from a stranger pretending to be a girl his age. Flirting turns to pressure. He's asked for a private photo. Then the trap snaps shut. The account threatens to blast it to his friends and family unless he pays fast. The messages escalate. Panic turns to despair. Gavin dies by suicide. Months pass, but his father, Representative Brandon Guffey, refuses to let his son become another statistic. He pushes Gavin's law, turning sextortion of a minor into a serious felony with tougher penalties. In 2025, one of the men accused of targeting Gavin is extradited to the US to face charges. A sign that this fight is now international. Gavin's dad tells the world, "We have to talk to our kids before the message arrives." Gavin's story isn't isolated. In Michigan, the parents of Jordan DeMay, 17, watched two men get 17-plus-year sentences after a similar sextortion scheme led to their son's death. Prosecutors say the men responded to Jordan's distress with good, "Enjoy your miserable life." That cruelty is the point. Abusers use shame like a knife. Authorities on both sides of the Atlantic are sounding the alarm. A joint FBI-NCA-NSPCC briefing this week flagged a surge so steep it's hard to process. In the UK, tech firms reported 9,600-plus grooming cases in just 6 months of 2024. Globally, reports to the US-based Child Protection Clearinghouse jumped 192% year-over-year to 546,000. Snapchat accounted for nearly 20,000 concerning cases, more than all other major platforms combined. Experts say this is undercounted because shame keeps many kids silent. The FBI's IC3 followed with a July 2025 public alert. Coordinated online groups are mixing theft, extortion and violence, turbocharging youth targeting through encrypted chat, cross-platform hopping and payment apps. In the UK, the NCA has pushed urgent warnings into schools and youth networks. This isn't random. It's organized. Zoom in and you see a new engine: financial sextortion. The US Child Protection Center, NCMEC, says these cash-for-silence schemes more than doubled in a year. 26,718 reports in 2023 versus 10,731 in 2022. And kids are targeted within hours of opening an account. Abusers often pose as peers, then flip to blackmail after the first image. How the trap works, so you can spot it. The setup: a new friend request, a flirty DM. "You're cute, want a snap?" The profile photo could be stolen. The mutuals are fake. The goal is speed and secrecy. The switch: Once a compromising image is sent, the tone turns. Send money, or I'll post this to your school page, right now. Abusers drop names of classmates, scraped from friends lists. Threaten to message parents, or montage a deep fake with the victim's face to intensify fear. The squeeze. They demand instant payments, gift cards, transfers, push for more content, and escalate hour by hour. Sleep-deprived, terrified, kids feel there's no way out. Exactly the psychological corner the abuser wants. Sextortion is emotional terrorism. The abuser's tools are shame and urgency. Shame hijacks the brain. Teens' social worlds are everything. The threat your school will see this triggers primal panic, overriding logical risk assessment. Isolation magnifies control. Predators demand secrecy. Don't tell anyone, cutting victims off from the very people who could help. Learned helplessness sets in. After paying once, demands grow. When nothing works, victims crash into hopelessness, the most dangerous moment. Hotline counselors report depression, self-harm, and PTSD-like symptoms. Some kids stop eating, sleeping, or going to school. Some, like Gavin and Jordan, see no exit at all. That's why law enforcement calls this surge a suicide risk crisis. There is movement. In the UK, police are rolling out AI tools to reopen grooming cases and accelerate offender ID. New powers under the Online Safety Act are aiming more responsibility at platforms. In the US, cross-border cases are finally being prosecuted, with money launderers and overseas co-conspirators pleading guilty. A sign the financial networks behind these crimes are being traced. But families can't wait for perfect systems. We need playbooks at home. So what should you do if a kid you love gets the message? 1. Don't pay. Don't send more. Don't engage. Paying feeds the extortion cycle. Abusers almost always demand more. 2. Save everything safely. Screenshot the chat, profile, handles, payment requests, and links. Note timestamps. This is evidence. 3. Report immediately. In the US, file at NCMEC Cyber Tip Line, report.cybertip.org. It routes to the right law enforcement unit, and NCMEC can help get images taken down. In UK, report to CEOP NCA via their online portal or through your local force. Schools can escalate via safeguarding leads. 4. Lock down the account, but don't delete yet. Change passwords, enable 2FA, and block the abuser. Keep the account live until law enforcement confirms they have what they need. 5. Tell a trusted adult now. Shame dissolves in the light. Make one call, walk into one room. A parent, teacher, coach, someone who can help you breathe and act. 6. Aftercare matters. Even when the crisis passes, the anxiety and hypervigilance can linger. Consider counselling. In the UK, Childline, NSPCC can support. In the US, local hotlines and school counsellors can coordinate care. 7. Parents and schools. 5 prevention habits that actually work. 1. Normalize the convo early. Say, if anyone ever threatens you with a photo, I will help you. You won't be in trouble. That sentence can save a life. 2. Audit the digital front door. Turn off contact by phone number, make friends lists private, and scrub public followers. Predators shop in public profiles. 3. Role play the scam. Practice the script flip. No, I'm reporting you. Rehearsal builds reflexes under stress. 4. Night mode for the nervous system. Phones out of bedrooms. Blue light curfew, family charging station in the kitchen. Panic thrives at 2 a.m. 5. Team sport, not solo. Schools, faith groups, clubs run quarterly workshops. Treat this like CPR. Everyone should know the steps. UK safeguarding leads can use the NCA's alerts. US schools can partner with local ICAC task forces through NCMEC. We're living through a collision of ancient emotions and new technology. The need to be accepted, the fear of humiliation, the power of secrets. Those are timeless. But today, a stranger in another country can weaponize them in minutes with a stolen selfie and a payment app. The internet can be a miracle, but without conversations, guardrails, and consequences, it becomes a hunting ground. The good news? When families talk before it happens, when victims report immediately, and when we push platforms and prosecutors to act, we win. We've already seen real sentences, real extraditions, and real laws passed because families refused to be silent. If you're a young person who just got that message, you did nothing wrong. You are not alone. Open the door. Hand someone your phone. We will figure this out together. And if you're a parent, teacher, or friend, the most powerful words you can say are, "I'm here. We'll handle this. You're safe." Shame only grows in silence. We end it by telling the truth, out loud. Thank you all for watching. I've left all the sources linked in the description if you want to check them out. If this helped, please share it with one person today. You might stop the next message from turning into a tragedy.